Luxury fashion, a subculture and niche of clothing and fashion items designed to appeal to the affluent and wealthy. Right? I'm sure that's the impression you get at face value hearing the history of these fashion houses and most importantly the price tag of some of these pieces. But when we break down and observe the actual demographic consuming luxury goods, is it really the wealthy?
What did you spend today?
About
3,000?
Yeah.
What do you do for work?
I have 5 jobs.
Hello, bozo.
Coming out of the pandemic, I've been noticing a growing movement where more and more people are openly showing dissent and pouring advice to stop frivolous consumption of luxury clothing, to sort of break the cycle of this shopping addiction. And it seems our generation is becoming more and more reluctant to feed our paychecks to these gigantic fashion conglomerates. This may be surprising, but a large majority of consumers in the luxury segment are what I call aspirational luxury customers. These are not those that live in Gucci and Bottega, but rather occasionally indulge and buy the luxury clothing as either gratification, celebration, or entertainment. This segment of the market is growing more and more alienated by price increases and the growing economic uncertainty surrounding the world. The limelight and hysterical focus on designer goods is shrinking more and more for this section of the market.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
It seemed at a time luxury was taking streetwear by the neck, finding its own unique space in the scene, appealing more and more to the youth, and abandoning the archaic image of old money and embracing a more tongue-in-cheek, dynamic, and fun interpretation of designer fashion. But fashion is an ever-evolving space, and designer fashion at the forefront of it has to keep up with consumer habits and sentiment. And sentiment now seems to be that luxury has become less necessary. The global cost of living crisis and rising inflation has staggered spending on a scale where most people are feeling less and less the desire to spend so carelessly on luxury fashion. We are undergoing a departure from the unprecedented appetite for luxury fashion that marked the post-pandemic era, and the consumers still wanting to participate are looking for more confidence in brand investments. The pressure is raising on luxury fashion houses to bring more value now to justify the insane prices. We're starting to see the repercussions of the insane increase in global monetary supply that happened over the pandemic. Real estate prices, groceries, Whole Foods, it simply costs more to produce, manufacture, and simply live now than it did 4 years ago. Designer labels have increased their prices too in accordance. With everything becoming more and more expensive, the middle class is getting squeezed tighter and tighter into a sharper, more distinct separation of the haves and have-nots. As governments and banks try to reel in inflation with rising interest rates to curb household spending and less available credit becomes accessible to people due to strict lending criteria, luxury goods and fashion become less attainable and desirable for a bigger population of people. Gucci, Saint Laurent, Bottega, Alexander McQueen all reported recent revenue declines with a downturn expected to continue further this year in 2024. What is the future for luxury fashion? This concept of quiet luxury and stealth wealth has been a big movement in the culture, and I won't lie, I did think this would just be a little fad that popped up and died quicker than you can notice, but combined with this emerging transformation we can see happening in designer fashion, people are feeling less hypnotized by monograms and brand association and wanting to invest in quality craftsmanship and substance over ostentation. Logomania is cemented to be on its way out, and that might lead you to think designer brands are too, but it's more so that luxury fashion sales are facing a normalization after an unexpected boom, coupled with shifting consumer priorities and weaker financial confidence, changing the spending behavior of the general masses. It's tough not to be prisoners of the moment, and I don't want to spread a narrative of doom and gloom, though we are living in historically crazy times. Just like the tough times before us and any tough times ahead of us, we will find a way to soldier on. These are pivoting points where businesses and corporations will have to transform and evolve alongside our changing needs, and that's exactly the point of free market capitalism. Luxury fashion will never die so long as human beings feel the innate urge to categorize and navigate social interactions through a hierarchical perspective. Our appearance will always play an important role, and thus luxury fashion will continue to appeal to people with the capability to obtain it, and also to the people without. Have you ever bought a piece of luxury fashion, and what motivated you and enticed you to actually go out there and spend that money on luxury fashion? I'd love to sort of see you guys' opinions and kind of get your perspective on designer brands as a whole. And if you got this far at the end of the video, you guys know I fuck with you. So put a gang in the comment, because I still read every comment, guys. Not that there's that many comments to read, but I'm still active and seeing what you guys are doing. So like always, guys, I'll see you next time.